In Euclidean geometry, triangles is something special. For sure, you know a lot of things: square, rectangle, and circles. But the difference is that whatever you add to a triangle, it will not change. It still stay as a triangle. But if you add something to a square, it become a rectangle. If you add something to a circle, it become an ellipse. So we want to be a triangle. That's what the book by Lilly Singh, How I Went from Being Lost to Getting My Life into Shape. Let's get started. So what is life? Not the poetic version, which you tell, okay, life is that, this one, lot of philosophical, not that version. The raw, unprocessed life is not that much beautiful to talk about, if you generally talk about that. So it really means that applying what we know or what we learned so far from life and then do something, go on. That's what life in the means. It's a lot of struggles and learnings. That's all life is about. So when Lilly Singh tried to write about a book, because she's already a New York Times best-selling author, she tried to make it something like an inspirational book which you all read and thrill about, including me. But it didn't end up like that. It somehow end up in a different version of book. If you read Mark Manson book and all, it's something that way where it's more like realistic oriented writing. So book talks about what is the feeling of success, what we really mean by that. So generally we will be shaken off by a lot of incidents emotionally and lot of aspirational ambitious things. Lot of things will happen in the life and we'll be shaken off or dislocated by that. So in all such situation, you have to be a triangle. You don't have to become a circle that will roll on. You don't have to become a rectangle that will expand or collapse, whatever is the case. But you have to be a rectangle. That's what the book is talking about. So let's go straight into the chapter 1. I really need to be a triangle. That's a spelling mistake. So triangles and square, as I mentioned, Pythagoras theorem, maybe you remember still. Maybe you don't remember other theorems or anything you talk about by your mathematics teacher, but that will be still there. So triangles makes the reality, as we mentioned, because how to live a fulfillment life? Usually, very less we are taught about that. We did not learn from our parents. We did not learn from school, not from college, not from our friends, and not even from any of that. For sure, maybe some books talk about that. But what is really, because we somehow think as prioritizing happiness is a selfish act. You should not think in that way. But in other way, we usually, because we used to do a lot of other things, but when we try to prioritize ourselves, we feel like that. So habit of not fulfillment, that is somehow the majority of life is talking about. You work and you get exhausted, even in your business or in your work, and then you retire, then you eventually die. So what is life in between then? So that is something like a cradle to the grave. But in between, do you really think about you, or how much time you are spending for yourself, or how much time you are thinking about you as a person, not something like you as a label somebody is putting on. So book tried to give us how to return to the home. We have harsh realities which we don't belong, but there is something like to be a triangle. Lilly Singh talk about 4 parts. First, you have to be having a relationship with yourself. Second part is the relationship with the universe, the abundant universe. It's not about some 4 or 5 people or a dozen people around you, or whatever it is, 100 or thousands people around you. It's more than that. And then how to understand the distractions and also how to implement a design to be a triangle. So that's what the 4 things on the book. It's a very short book, but we try to take it for the benefit of the audiences. Not that much theoretically packed books or something. Let's go straight to the next chapter. Relationship with yourself or ourselves. Feeling insecure without phone. So, how much time you are spending on a day with yourself? Maybe you spend more time in the phone or any other things. So we are somehow stupid and intelligent at the same time. So it's something like life is something like a flag of LGBTQ community. That's what Lilly Singh talk about. It has multiple colors or the rainbow colors. There is a different version of that, but we go with Lilly. We have a book in our channel talk about what does that pride movement, and there is a book called Return of the Gods. I'll add it in the description if you like. So we are courageous about something, but at the same time we are worried about another thing. We may be very courageous, or we will be a military person going to the warfare, or you are somebody like a pilot or anything like that. But you fear about some small things. That's how variant we as the human beings, we are complex and complicated. And we consider somehow, we try to judge, for sure we have our own bias and other things, but we take some time to judge and label others. I know it is not very much long time, we can easily judge also, but we used to have less time than that to judge ourselves. We will defend ourselves for others. If somebody attack us, we try to defend, but when we are with ourselves, we usually label it very fast or judge us very fast. You are bad, or you are this, or you are that. So faster than somebody else telling. So creativity and play. We are very much difficult to be distracted or variability on that. We try to fit in somewhere. We try to fit in a society. We try to fit in what religion or somebody, whatever is talking about. We try to fit in there. We don't want to think outside the box. We think that creativity and play is something like a children's business. It's not always like that. For sure, we try to just celebrate the quotes from Thomas Edison talking about, I don't have any work, it's all fun. We talk about Steve Jobs telling that it was all fun and love. But even though we tell all these things, we still live in that starvation for creativity and play. So life is something like a roller coaster, which we usually tell. It's ups and downs, like a sine wave or whatever it is. It's analog there. But Lilly Singh tells that it's not a roller coaster, it's more complicated. It's something like an amusement park. It has a lot of roller coasters. It has a lot of other exhibitions as well. So it has multiple variations. You will see horror there. You will see like enthralling carousels there. A lot of things will be there. So on such things, because if you are not in that amusement center, suppose you live in a mountain, nobody is there, you and yourself, and a beautiful nature like Himalayas and all, you can easily be with yourself because you don't even have internet. You don't have to look at YouTube or anything like that. So that is fine there. But here, when you live in such world surrounded by a lot of distractions, you have to be mindful. So being mindful is not being bulletproof, or being a triangle is not something being bulletproof. Being a triangle means you have all the things hit you, like the pyramids. The giant pyramids of Egypt was sustained there since 4,500 years. Lot of other creations made by man perished in that period, because it is staying there with us as a foundation there, and it is triangular in structure. Nothing will impact it. So you have to reclaim your power, forgive yourself, because usually we tell that, okay, you should forgive others, for sure. But how much time do you spend to forgive you? Did you ever think about it? You have to forgive you. Because you don't really consider ourselves as a partner. We will have a lot of partners. Maybe your spouse, your partner, you'll spend more time, or a business partner, a lot of people, or your best friend or besties, you'll do that. But how much time you spend with yourself, or you take care of you as a partner? Very less, maybe. So you give more importance to other things. So somehow we have a mental multitasking. We don't. So book talks about importance of meditation. Don't worry, I'm not talking about sitting in a lotus position like Gautam Buddha, and then you have to just watch your thing and without any thoughts. That is all misconceptions of meditation. Lilly Singh tell that something like you clean your watch, that's something like meditation. So you're improving your perceptions, you're making things clear, or you are improving your gear. You can and try to understand that metaphor in different way of cleaning a watch. You're improving the gear, or looking at you're improving your lens, you see it properly, a lot of things. But generally meditation, for sure you can have your relaxed meditation like a normal way, but don't think that not thinking anything is meditation. That's not the thing. But about that, anything you're fulfilled, or like you're dancing with yourself, you're singing with yourself, that's all meditation. Or you're having a good shower with Epsom salt or a lot of aroma and all these things, that's still meditation. So a lot of things are importance with there. So mental multitasking is something which is too much distracting for relationship with yourself. We always engage ourselves either on something not at all we are talking about, like social media or something, or otherwise we worried about what will happen tomorrow, what will happen day after. But if you think about some philosophy, like if I try to quote Steve Jobs, he's telling that death is something like the ultimate reality, or the beautiful things in the life, because in the moment of death everything collapsed there. So when you are thinking about a lot of things, just try to see like how much it is important. Is it really above you or it is below you? Can that problem control you? Because at the moment of life or a moment of death, nothing of this really matter. But in the moment of life, when you worried about lot of variables of if this happened, that will not happen, such things it really matters. But in other case, no. So there are a lot of important things, or more important things than we really think about what is important. So that's all about relationship with ourselves. Just be partner with you, just care for you, forgive yourself, meditate with you, be a partner for you. That's what relationship with ourselves. Let's go to the next chapter. Come home and relationship with the universe. So there is an interesting book by Gabriel Bernstein talking about universe has your back and all. Very interesting one actually. So universe is creative. It has lot of variables which it will give it to you. It is not always same. When you look at nature, Wordsworth tell that nature is the greatest philosopher. You will see all those variables there also. So universe paint obstacles, that's opportunities to learn. We miss many calls from universe many times. For sure, you'll be worried about a missed call from your partner or your boss or your friend. You'll worried about, or you will feel very bad you did not pick up that call, right? But how much time you miss a call from universe? Did you ever think about it? Because universe is always calling you. You are part of that. But somehow you are being distracted by distractions. That's why you're not getting that call or not able to attend that call. So life really sucks. Somehow it's mentioning it's not meeting your expectations. That's why, like I mentioned, like Mark Manson's books talk about similar philosophy, subtle art of not giving, and everything is like that. So he has a couple of books, similar thing. So the book talk about Burning Man. Burning Man is an interesting event so it's happening in US in a desert, and also Lilly Singh is telling nothing is sold or nothing is product there. It's like somebody's giving something. So what you need from universe is similar to what's happening in Burning Man. So what you need, actually you give back to the universe. Then universe will multiply to you. Similar things like even in Quran and all used to tell that God tell if you take one step to the God will take 10 steps to you. Similar to that. So what you need from universe, send the same back to the universe. Universe will give you back and you will have a video call with the universe. So that's how it is. So let's go to the next chapter. Understanding distraction. As I mentioned earlier, if you live in a mountain or in Himalayas, it doesn't matter. But if you live here in an amusement park, then that really matters. So distractions. It is same time ideas and mindset. That really is all about distraction. What do you really care about? What ideas you really care about? And what mindset you are keeping around the things or the things happening around you. That is what the distraction. So don't allow the distraction to thrive you. So somehow gratitude, if you follow any self-help books, you know what I'm talking about. It is one of the important things. Even in Arab culture, they used to tell Alhamdulillah every time, like grace be upon the God. So always, also in other culture also. So gratitude is not an emotion. We somehow think it as it's something like a feeling. But in gratitude is actually a place. So imagine you be in the present now. Whatever is being bestowed upon you, the time which you are watching me now, the internet connection or the beautiful OLED display you are having, and the light in your room, and the wonderful cool breeze from your air conditioner, everything is gratitude. Be in that place. It is not necessary the feeling, because you have multiple emotions. We have a book in our channel called Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. If you like, you can have a check on it. So comparing yourself with others, that's also distraction, because that's somehow making a big distraction. Because if you always compare yourself, then you will not attend to you. You are attending to somebody, because God has created everything unique. You try to compare yourself and look at others, then to put you. They have their own struggles and all, and they're trying to look at someone else maybe. So you're not listening to you. So just be with yourself, understand yourself uniqueness and reclaim your power. Be grateful and give the universe what you have, it will give you back. So let's go to the last chapter, implementing design. So we are all creative people. Yes, for sure it's contradicting. I told you we are not creative, but we are creative in the sense we are very much busy in creating lot of things which even did not happen. We think that okay, that is going to happen. We create in our mind, then we think about how to solve it. Maybe something will not happen. So we create or worry about something not at all going to happen. And we are very easy to follow the rules. For sure, we have to stick to some rules. But we don't even question or understand why that rule is in place. So better to stay as it is than to do it in a new way. If you try to improve 1% of your life, in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear tell that you will become 37 point something in a year, right? So if you try to question or understand the distractions or something happening in your life or rules happening in your life, try to understand and try to why it is the context of that. So that will be important. Better unsubscribe from the people and ideas that is not serving you. You don't have to always keep it with you. Some rule exists, people will not push it back. So that is all what we are telling. We try to implement the design of a triangle which has a good foundational understanding of what are all these rules and ideas and what life is all about. Learn on that, understand about it, and keep that foundation. That is all about it. So implement your design and have your wonderful life. So that's the end of the book. Until we come across with the next book, bye for now. Thank you. If you enjoy this summary, like and follow us. We love to see your insights in the comment box. Subscribe.